Representative Owens of Utah is recognized.
Thank you so much. And Chairman, thank you for this very timely topic. I want to first of all congratulate each and every one of you guys here that understand the power of profit. Only in DC will you come to a place when for-profit is bad. Where at the end of the day, all profit means that you found a niche, you're giving a great service, people love what you're doing, they keep coming back, and that's the goal of business ownership. So I think that the timing is so good that we now have these two ways of viewing things. As we look at $9 billion of waste, fraud, and abuse, no business will survive if that was the way they ran their business. So I want to thank you guys. Of all the times we have now, with close to $18 trillion of reinvestment coming back to our country, we all know there's a lack in workforce. We've done a very bad job of educating our kids to be prepared for this. We're now changing that. And this is really, somebody said earlier, the employees are in the driver's seat. The employees now have a chance to say, you know, what are my priorities? My priorities make sure my kids are growing healthy, that they're safe, that I can focus on my job. And what does a business owner do? Everything you do to address those issues. So thank you for your for-profit attitude, your muscle memory of trying to find solutions. And this is the kind of conversation we need to continue to have, not with DC bureaucrats who never understood what it is to have any anxiety about running a business or paying keeping their good employees and retention. So thank you for this timing, my friends. I really appreciate it. In Utah, we're dealing with this also. Depending on the age of the child, it can cost in Utah anywhere from $8,000 to $13,000 per year per child. These costs obviously add up very quickly. In Utah particularly, we believe in having a bunch of kids. That's our culture. And the high cost is very detrimental to that process. So I'm a strong supporter of the CCDBG to help low-income families obtain child care so that parents can come to work and put food on the table and build their dreams. Again, the most important thing we need to understand, it has to be a private partnership. The answers will not come here from DC for folks who have no idea what it is to run a business. It's come from the innovators like yourself. So please continue to come to us. Think outside the box. I think we have now administration. We have a window in which if there's anything we can do to make sure that your industry is surviving, thriving, now is the time to break through all the barriers of regulations and thinking and very innovative to make this all work. So I want to thank you again for that. Ms. Grover, with the local child care center not only benefiting your employees, but also child care center itself by providing financial security, how can you elaborate a little more on how the employer partnership with child care centers can have a positive effect on other families in the community seeking for care for their child?
Absolutely. Thank you for the question. Really what we see is a ripple effect. When our team members are supported, their children are supported, when the supplier of childcare in the area is supported, has business, has children, continues to grow and thrive. That has a ripple effect, especially in communities like ours, where it allows additional economies of scale to grow, profit, and ultimately thrive. So I see it as a very symbiotic relationship. The partnership that we've had, especially in being able to expand hours and allow for our team members who, again, they don't work a 9 to 5, they're going to be working 12-hour shifts, to have that level of flexibility to make that childcare accessible for them, that's opened up other models for them. And so it allows sort of this grassroots approach that, to your very point, allows profitability across the board. And profitability isn't bad, it just means sustainability. It means that the idea is good and that it means it's going to last a long time. And ultimately, that's what we see between the partnership with I2M and with our child care provider partners.
Thank you so much. Mr. Bocino Hasley, I'll get that right. First of all, thank you for, way before this became a topic, before it was a cool conversation, you saw a need and you serviced it, and because of that, here we are now because of your success. So thank you for that. That's what the entrepreneur does, by the way. How does your child care access change who's able to work in your community? You're in a rural community, am I correct?
That's correct, yes.
Okay.
There's about 450 people in the town of Floyd and 15,500 in the county of Floyd. So it's a pretty rural area. And you know, for us, what we've seen is single parents and working mothers. That's the people who are most affected by lack of childcare, and those are the people who are able to come and work at Register Coffee and take on leadership roles, to be honest. So that's been wonderful for us. It's been a focus of my wife, who owns half of our business, to make sure that we pave a way for working mothers to take on leadership roles in our company, and it's been very rewarding.
Thank you. Let me just, my big ask is this. We have a special window with our administration, with America First Congress and Senate. Please think outside the box. Now's the time to make a difference in your industry, which allows us to have this workforce we need desperately. So thank you, and with that, I yield back.